Welcome back to the Football Casual. Today, we're finally doing it. One of those fun videos I said we would do. I've been promising it for a while, but there's been so many fixtures, I haven't been able to put one out. But here we are, we're doing it. Reacting to Zach July. Once again, I'm going to link the original video in the description. One football hater versus 20 Premier League fans. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be a bit of a longer intro than usual, so spam the fast forward if you just want to get to the reaction. First order of business. Up the Chels!
Yeah, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. Big win yesterday versus Crystal Palace. I had the craziest stomach virus, food poisoning, I don't know, something over the weekend. So I couldn't get a video out on it. I was cooked. But that being said, 3 points secured. Liam Senior. Hey, maybe we're cooking a little something. Not the perfect result, but we take it. We take it. And also, to add on top of that,
Yeah, baby.
Arsenal got cooked by Man United, man. We're loving life right now. We're loving life. So, good weekend of football. We take that. Appreciate anyone who was looking out for a video. And I couldn't get it up in a timely fashion, so it didn't seem worth it. But I said, you know what? Before, we go to Napoli in the midweek, I'm going to get a fun video out for you guys because I've been saying I'm going to do it. So, that's how we got here. Like I said, one football hater versus 20 Premier League fans. I'm only going to react to one of the debates. Go check out the original video if you want to see the whole thing. Or if you want to see me react to more of the debates, let me know. But I decided to react to the WWE versus football debate. Because I used to be a WWE fan in my youth. Not so much on it anymore. I check in here and there. Obviously, John Cena retired last year, so I was checking in here and there. But I used to watch it religiously up until like middle school. I was like heavily into it. So right now, obviously, football is my favorite sport. I think this will be an interesting debate. Let's see how it goes. So let's get straight into it.
Hi, I'm Tobes, and WWE is better than football.
Okay, without further ado, Connor, welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I know you're a big WWE fan. I know you're a big football fan. How do you think something where there's zero jeopardy is better than football?
Hold up. Interesting question. Before we even get in, let me just say, heavy disagree. Maybe at a point in time I would have agreed. I was younger. I wasn't, I didn't grow up with football. I grew up with American football and basketball and WWE. So maybe at a point in time I would have said that. But now having experienced both of these heavily in my lifetime, it's not close. But let's hear it. Let's hear it.
WWE fan. I know you're a big football fan. How do you think something where there's zero jeopardy is better than football?
Well, I know you, Connor, and I don't think you believe the 2022 World Cup was particularly, just coincidence in terms of how that worked out football-wise. So realistically, I think we can look at football as a scripted sport. I think it is fair to say that.
Okay, that's not where I thought this was going. I'm guessing they're friends, and I guess that this other guy is heavy on the suspicion that football's rigged or something in terms of the 2022 World Cup. I don't know what's going on here, but interesting.
At this point, I watched Chelsea Barcelona 09. Wrestling I worked out at an earlier age. Football took me a few more years to work out that, in fact, it's not. Not everything is as it appears to
Chelsea
be.
Barcelona.
Football, so I don't think that's a fair argument.
I don't know what the next 10 minutes is going to be like.
Cucked him.
I'm
Cucked
not
him.
gonna
I ain't gonna lie.
Anybody else want to come up and debate why football?
Do I agree with that? Not necessarily, but if we're going based on the argument, if you watch my last video when I reacted to one of these, I'm going based on the argument, not necessarily whether I agree or disagree. Because, like I said, I already think football's better. But I'm looking at the debating skills here. You kind of cooked them. Chelsea, Barcelona, kind of cooked them. But let's see how else it goes.
It's better than WWE. Someone's got to sit in this chair, please.
You're football
Please.
fans, guys.
Do you know what? This one might be a bit different because I am also a WWE fan, but do you know what? I want to ask you a question. Can you put in a footballer and compare that to a wrestler for me, please? Just so I can see something. So who'd be like the Randy Orton or the John Cena of football for you?
A John Cena football.
Surely, like
Maybe like
Messi.
Haaland at the moment, to be honest. Like someone who's overpowered, gets a lot of titles.
Oh,
as
he
they
means
do
like
what they
that,
do,
okay.
Gets a lot of wins as a result. But I'd actually look at it the other way and see how much football's taken from wrestling. I look at someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, is seen as a big character, very much a persona, something for the stage. Like he's lifted that from wrestling promos. Jose Mourinho is another one. Like the reason that Jose Mourinho's held so high is not just because he's won what he's won, because Ancelotti has, but Ancelotti just raises an eyebrow so no one cares. I mean, The Rock did that, but The Rock did it better. But realistically, with Jose Mourinho, it was all the talking, the trash talk. That's the wrestling element that actually fuels football to be better.
Interesting. I mean, I kind of hear it. I mean, it's kind of, maybe it's a stretch. I'm not going to say that Mourinho is actively thinking, oh, I want to be like cutting WWE promos and Zlatan and stuff, but you can say that people injecting that personality into the sport, that is what makes the sport more like easier to get invested into, and that's a heavy part of WWE. So I can see where he's drawing those parallels.
You know, he was applying this to his methods and improving his managerial status.
Are you being deadly serious?
I'm being deadly serious. Yeah, Shane O'Mac cut a promo on Jose Mourinho, Raw 2006.
I actually remember that. Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Talking, the trash talk. That's the wrestling element that actually fuels football to be better. And I even saw Jose Mourinho. He was at WWE Raw in like 2006. Like he was going there to learn. That's what he was doing. You know, he was applying this to his methods and improving his managerial status.
Are you being deadly serious?
I'm being deadly serious. Yeah, Shane O'Mac cut a promo on Jose Mourinho, Raw 2006.
I actually remember that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, I got nothing to say.
Oh my God, guys.
Nah, he's cooking. He's cooking. I didn't even know that. You know, 2006 is a little early for me. I got into wrestling maybe late 2007, mid 2007 maybe. Into 2008, I was heavy into it. So 2006, Mourinho getting promos cut on him at Raw. Hold up. Hey, maybe he's cooking a little something. He got two people to go up and walk away without even getting red carded. This is maybe a masterclass in debating. Even if I don't, this seems a little bit more trolly than the usual debates. I mean, really, what are we debating here? This is all heavily opinion based, so you only take so much from it. But I mean, everything's opinion based, but this is like extremely subjective. Which sport you just prefer? But I mean, damn, he's kind of cooking.
Please, for the love of God.
Nice. Hello, Tubbs.
Hello, mate.
When a young footballer comes through the academy and they perform, they make the step up to the first team level and then they excel, they keep going. Let's talk about NXT. People come out of NXT, like Tommaso Ciampa, for example, one of the best NXT champions of the Black and Gold era.
Hold up, I feel like multiple of these guys, which I didn't expect, actually know about wrestling. To bring up NXT, I feel like the casual person doesn't, or like the everyday person doesn't know what NXT is. He's bringing up specific wrestlers and stuff, so I feel like more people up here know about wrestling than I expected. This is, that makes for a more interesting debate.
It comes up the main roster, cooked. He's leaving. He's had enough. So Lamine Yamal comes through the Barcelona academy and makes that step with the first level, and he shines. So why can WWE be better when all these promising young talents are coming through and they're not getting utilised properly in the main scene, and they're getting sent back?
I like your point, but
Also the GOAT of wrestling. He's invisible. We can't even see him. You can see Messi. You can see
But that's a different level of entertainment. But I'd look at Ciampa as more like a Ricky Puig, where someone comes through Barcelona's academy, but then they're farmed off to LA Galaxy, like having a bit of a struggling career. So I was like, not everyone makes it in that sense. They've got similarities in that regard. But when I look at from an entertainment point of view, look, as a Chelsea fan, I've been very blessed. I've seen it all. I've seen us win things, and the highs of football are higher than anything in wrestling by a mile. But those highs, or a consistent level of highs, are far more constant within wrestling because it's predetermined. You always know that you're going to get mania, you're going to get rumbles, you're going to get surprise returns, you're going to get moments that you can't factor in, but yes, they're written, but you're not expecting them. With football at the moment, watching mainly a lot of low blocks, like if Rey Mysterio goes up against a low block, you're still going to get a good match. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get a guy who's big or whatever, but it's still going to be more entertaining product than a 0-0 of two low blocks.
Yeah. I can't help but feel like
I mean, the way he's phrasing it sounds a bit trolly. I can see where he's coming from, though. It may be predetermined, but it's written to always provide some form of entertainment. Whereas football, because it's not predetermined, and right now people are, the jobs are actually on the line. People are desperate for results. You're seeing very cagey, not entertaining matches because people are just trying to get it over the line. So, the arguments. I'm talking about the arguments. I hear it.
Stance on this might come similarly from the comparison I would make would be back on the day when Chelsea was spending all this money gatekeeping all the trophies, doing so well. Big similarities to Roman Reigns just gatekeeping the title for a thousand days straight. Not because he was necessarily that good, but because he had to cheat to get there. He had to get the bloodline to come in and
This
help
is
him
not a
win matches.
WWE channel, guys. I don't know what half
Help
this
him come in to win
is.
matches. He was outside interference, and the same with Chelsea, all the off pitch issues.
Yeah, but
all
we
the-
love like those.
No, so I'm saying that I think
those
this is where
bastard
our
elements,
stance
those
comes from.
heelish elements. Those are things that, like I said, they improve football. When I look at Diego Costa, is one of my favorite football players. To be honest, Chelsea have had like it's a pantomime villain. A lot of those kind of players end up being the most favoured, remembered.
So you talk about pantomime villains. Are you a fan of Gunther tapping out John Cena in his final match?
Yes.
So, and that, again, pantomime villain. But then you make such a big fuss about Arsenal's dark art set pieces things. Is that not a pantomime villain that you dislike?
but Arsenal are bad heels. They like, I don't know. They like
Like in his cheat.
That's a good little back and forth in the debate there. You made a good point about you can't like the pantomime villain thing and then complain about the dark arts, the dark arsenal, which is fair. But then he comes back. You know, this is good. This is good back and forth. You know, he's good back and forth. He comes back and he's like, either Arsenal or a bad heel. And that's the thing in wrestling. Not everyone's a good heel. The people who you attract that heat, and some don't. Some just kind of flame out, and you're like, it's not. You got to be fun to root against, and that's where I kind of disagree. Arsenal are actually people like rooting against Arsenal. They're not fun to watch. Let's put it like that. The attack is stinky. Let's be real. The attack hard to watch, but to root against the Arsenal hate watches are legendary, man. If they bottle this league, oh my God, it will feed generations. So I kind of hear that. I kind of hear it from the other side.
Yeah, the Miz. Maybe
The Miz is one of the
Can
best
I
heels
just
in
jump
WWE's
in?
ever seen.
maybe the Miz is a bit underrated. I don't know. It's about
Can I jump in? Right.
How have we squeezed this many minutes? out of this?
and ask, is it even a sport?
yes,
Mm.
because
Hold up. Zach talking to him. Is it even a sport? And to be fair, if you watch WWE, if you know anything about WWE, I don't even watch it anymore. But you know WWE always frames itself as sporting entertainment or sports entertainment, whatever. Sports entertainment. Not a sport and not just entertainment. It's sports entertainment. Because let's see what he says. He's probably going to get into it, but it's definitely an athletic endeavor, 100%. But is it a sport in the sense of, I don't know what the definition of sport is, but in the sense of competition and stuff? Hey, let's hear it.
it's the athletic ability that they show, the willingness to put their bodies on the line to what they do is so ridiculous. Let alone the athleticism that takes to do that. I think it's mixing.
Should a sport have a predetermined winner?
No,
Is it a sport then, or is it not just
the term for it is
drama?
sport.
It
It's
should be up
sport
for an
entertainment.
Oscar.
it's meshing the two worlds of TV and sport.
That's a good way to look at it. I never thought about it like that, but should WWE just be viewed as, like he said, a drama or like a theater, you know? And in a way it is, but is WWE put up for those type of awards like Tony's or not? I guess not Tony. This would be an Emmy. I don't know that they are, so that's an interesting way to look at it. But maybe that's more an issue with the way Hollywood is looking at WWE and stuff versus. I think that's less of an issue with the sporting side. But that's an interesting argument. I kind of hear that.
Like you said, obviously it's predetermined.
It's sports entertainment. Like, yes, Jeff Hardy is swanton bombing through a table, but
You can't be
it's
backing
pretty-
him here.
No,
Francis.
this is what I'm saying. It's not a
no,
sport. It's entertainment with sports elements to it. So that's what I'm saying. It's not a
sports
sport.
entertainment.
So it's not directly a sport.
It's mashing two worlds to a point that you get a better version of sport because, yeah, they're predetermining outcomes, but you don't know what's happening anyway. So it's going to be good whatever you're watching. Whereas, Luca can attest that Calciopoli was a disaster. They tried to get predetermined outcomes and it didn't come well with football.
Like you use the analogy of Rey Mysterio. How old is
Damn. Italians, you came for your head on that one. Tough.
Say now, like, well into his
Oh, like
50s, would you
50,
say?
was it?
And he's still very, very
He's on
top
a lot
level.
of stem cells. or whatever,
Kazuyoshi
yeah.
Miura is the Rey Mysterio of football, and he's now
Right.
in the Japanese third division because football's just so clear.
Hold on. Oh, they
So
take my
how-
J League. Hold
they
on.
did come well with football.
Like, you use the analogy of Rey Mysterio. Like, how old is he now? Like, well into his
Oh, like
50s, would you
50,
say?
was it?
And he's still very, very
He's on
top
a lot
level.
of stem cells. or whatever,
Kazuyoshi
yeah.
Miura is the Rey Mysterio of football.
King Kazu. King Kazu. Hold up. You're talking J League. I didn't expect this. This is kind of bringing together the two worlds.
Yeah, baby.
I'm gonna let you know the J League content is coming. Y'all think I forgot about the J League content? It's coming. Just right now, it's on break. When that 100-year Vision League starts to come back, I'm gonna start ramping up the J League content. Man, it's coming. It's coming.
And he's now
Right.
in the Japanese third division because football's just so clear.
It's-
Can we please end this? Oh my word, this is diabolical.
You're off. Well done, mate. Anybody else want to come up and welcome, Pythag. Welcome. Bring some. Help me here. Help me here, please.
How is it to do like a steel chip?
No.
Yeah, nice.
No, these ones aren't made of foam.
How's it going, Tobbs? You good?
Yeah, good, mate.
Okay, so
Because the foam is crazy. You just say these chairs are made out of foam? Foam is crazy. We ain't gonna go that crazy.
do you think wrestling is better than football now, or like just generally it's always better?
I think now, but I think when I look back at, like, I don't know, 20-year period, I say there's more consistency. Even in down years for wrestling, there is more to take from that, more enjoyment you'll get as a fan. A lot of times, even if like I spoke earlier about how blessed I'm as a fan, a lot of clubs, you're going to have a struggle time a lot of the time as a fan. Whereas even with wrestling, if you pick a guy who's, he might be one of your favourites, there's a chance they'll get some point a big moment. There's not necessarily the case with football. So you've got a higher percentile of winning that lottery ticket as a fan in that regard. I just think you've got more enjoyable moments on a consistent level than football offers. I think certainly at the moment with football. Like,
I think with wrestling generally, like pay-per-views, let's say the big ones like WrestleMania, obviously everyone's going to enjoy those.
Before he gets into that, it's kind of what he said earlier, so I'm not going to rehash it too much, but that's kind of a fair point. If you're a fan of a small team, but I'm sure the thing is, fans of small team, they ride with those teams no matter what, so I'm not sure they will look at it like that. But you can say, from that perspective, if you're a fan of a smaller wrestler, there is maybe still not the greatest chance, but there's still maybe a bigger chance that he can get the ticket and they can write him into being the top guy or just getting that moment. And you don't have that opportunity in football all the time. So, interesting.
Generally, like pay-per-views, let's say the big ones like WrestleMania, obviously everyone's going to enjoy those. But I'd say football on a weekly basis gives you more entertaining moments across the whole sort of pyramid and the spectrum. The other thing I'd say with wrestling is, say the Attitude Era. I would place the Attitude Era up there with any sports era in terms of like, it was such an amazing phase of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say like post-Attitude Era, I don't think you can genuinely, like The Miz, I mean, I know
but I
you
think
say
that's
he's
how,
underrated.
that's a bit like how football changes. It's like I look at Prime Barclays as the Attitude Era now.
Yeah, but
I'd say the
can't-
weakest era of football now is worse than the weakest era of wrestling at any point.
I don't think you can say
I
that.
do, and
Genuinely,
I
I don't agree with that.
I think from a concept point of view, like football could learn from wrestling. If you had Money in the Bank, but for football, so
Yeah.
let's say Chelsea win the Club World Cup, and we're going right. PSG were cashing in on the
Yeah.
Champions League.
Yeah.
If you introduce a concept like that to football, it could be
I
revolutionary.
think like Baller League is the equivalent of like WWE, isn't it? In football?
my God.
Like, to be honest, you know what? I've
This
got nothing more to
actually
say.
has gone in a different. I never.
That's crazy. Bro just said, and if you guys don't know, that was a crazy argument. I hear what he's saying, but nah. That one's not going to run, bro. He just said, if you guys don't know what Money in the Bank is, Money in the Bank, very quickly in WWE is basically, and I'm sure some of you, a lot of you probably know, but it's basically a match, or usually a ladder match, where you get a briefcase. If you win that briefcase, then you have the opportunity to take that briefcase and cash in on a current like main title holder at any point, and usually it's within a year or something. And you can just cash in on them. Like people would do, like they cash in, like someone just had a match, they're knocked out or they're passed out in the ring. They'll say, "Okay, I'm coming out with the briefcase. I'm cashing in and just pin them and win the title." It's a lot of sneaky things like that can happen. Depends on who has it, how they decide to use it. He just said, imagine if football had a Money in the Bank, and like Chelsea, who just won the Club World Cup, beating PSG. What if instead we were cashing in on PSG to take the Champions League off them? What the hell? Nah. That wouldn't run. But that's a funny argument, man. This is an entertaining argument for sure.
Like that's football. It could be
I
revolutionary.
think like Baller League is the equivalent of like WWE, isn't it? In football?
Oh my god.
Like, to be honest, you know what? I've
This
got nothing more to
actually
say.
has gone in a different. I never.
Someone
even
come and
thought my
rescue me, man.
imagination.
I've gotta get
Well,
out of
yeah,
here.
I think you're off. 2 minutes to have a chat with Tobes. At this point.
Let's see how this goes.
What is your favourite ever footballing moment?
Champions League 2012.
What's your favourite ever wrestling moment?
Ooh.
He thought longer. No, I guess that's
It does. As I said, the biggest moments of football do surpass the best wrestling moments.
What about the lowest moments in football? Your lowest moment as a football fan?
Moscow 2008,
Your lowest moment as a wrestling fan?
2019 to 20 COVID era.
If you could stop one of those happening, and I'm not talking about stopping COVID, I'm talking about the era, which one would you stop happening?
I don't, even if it was COVID, I think I'm going Moscow.
So the lowest of the lows, the highest of the highs. Wrestling to you is just a consistent, like a Netflix show, right?
Yeah.
So it's not about a sport. It just comforts you.
No, it's a better sport in terms of like on a consistent
comforts you.
level.
It
It
gives
delivers more.
Hold up. I said I'm here for the argument. You kind of cooked him. He kind of cooked him. Now, here's the thing. He kind of already admitted that. I mean, he's phrasing it in a way more like dismissive way, intentionally to win the argument, saying it's just comforting you. It's not really a sport. But he kind of already admitted that that football goes higher and lower on either side of the spectrum, but wrestling is more consistently entertaining. Which he's saying the consistency makes it better, but they're saying the peaks are what makes football better. So it's not really different than the argument that happened before, but it is packaged in a better way. To be fair,
It's a better sport in terms of like on a consistent level. It delivers more.
It gives
top
you
moments.
nice things again and again and again if you keep paying for pay-per-views, because that's what you
Yeah,
need.
but it's Netflix, but
So it's just a bit of casual dopamine. It's
Yeah.
not a sport. It doesn't
it is a sport
emotion.
in terms of what they put themselves through.
You
It
don't-
absolutely
you
is a
don't get
sport. It's just
angry,
predetermined.
but
Yeah, yeah, you
actors-
do. At booking, you get angry.
You
Of course
get,
you do.
you get angry.
Yeah, the determined outcome might not be something you want. You will get
that's
angry.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then you talked about the content side.
Yeah.
You dabbled in making wrestling content,
Yeah, here and there.
I didn't know
stopped.
that. Okay.
and the account that you used to make wrestling content on now talks about
Football.
football.
I'm not.
GG's. GG, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's absolutely over. He cooked him. That was a S tier demolition derby, bro. He absolutely cooked him. Cooked him. Cooked him. That's arguing right there. That's debating. That's a systematic breakdown. He hit him with the left hook liver shot. Oh my god, that was rough to watch. That was honestly rough to watch. I didn't know that. I don't know the background of most of these content creators. I didn't know he used to do WWE content and switch to football. Does that necessarily mean that makes football a better sport because he does content on it? No, it's probably just a more lucrative sport to cover, maybe. But there's a big WWE audience too. But that's if you're looking at it from a debate perspective. Jeez. He got cooked. Let's see how he comes back from that one.
You dabbled in making wrestling content,
Yeah, here and there.
and you stopped. And the account that you used to make wrestling content on now talks about
Football.
football.
I'm known for football.
Is that how it started?
No. I did a few videos on the second account because I was like, oh, I should do something different. And then everyone,
Okay,
and then
okay. What was the main account?
and all the comments, they put the football in the bag, man. So I put the football in the bag.
Wow.
There you go. You've got 10 seconds.
I guess it's tough to argue. They probably know too much about each other, so they can dig out these things of their past and stuff. Like, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have been able to make that argument. That's tough.
What is our podcast? What does that talk about?
Hey, they have a podcast. Okay.
What is our podcast? What does that talk about? There you go.
Well done. Nice. Good debate all round, guys. Good debate. Smashed it. Just one.
Okay. Well, there you go. I was just about to end the video, but there you go. That's Zach's channel right there. Go subscribe to Zach. He's been pumping out these like debate videos. Entertaining stuff, man. Entertaining stuff. I used to watch him a lot, but I'm trying to save them for reactions like this. I'm not going to watch them too much on my own time, unless I know I'm not going to cover it. But shout out to Zach. Great video. What do you guys think about that debate? Football versus WWE. I mean, I'm trying to cultivate a football audience here. And like I said, I think football's better. I'm sure a lot of you are going to say football's better. I mean, it is. But I think argument-wise, to be fair, he didn't get much competition, much pushback in that debate. So it's hard to really say. But debate-wise, he was kind of, first guy, see ya. Second guy, see ya. Third guy, see ya. I think fourth one had a little argument there, but then eventually, see ya. And then eventually the last one, he said, hold up. I know a little bit too much about you, buddy. See you later. But generally, good stuff. Entertaining watch. Just something a little fun, a little different today. We're going to get back to the regularly scheduled programming soon. But I'm also, like I said, J League content coming. More fun videos like this coming. Like, subscribe, all that good algorithm stuff. It will be much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. And we'll see you for Chelsea Napoli must-win game. Let's get it. Peace.